first impression. I know first impressions a lot lately. I'm just on a first impression roll. I'm doing first impression on the Precision Blending Sponge, and this I saw in Casey Holmes' video. It's the knockoff beauty blender, and I saw she got it from TJ Maxx, so I popped in and got one. This is only $4.99, which is really good. That's like $15 less than the original beauty blender. I have the original beauty blender, and I love it a lot. It's great, but it is kind of expensive, so I wanted to just share with you guys and see if this is good, because if this just works as well as the beauty blender, then might as well go buy the cheaper one, and then I'm no longer going to buy the expensive one because this one's cheap. But hopefully this one works. It says just the same how to use, exactly how the beauty blender is. Just get it wet and then dab on your face. So I'm going to get this wet and then start with the foundation review and the review on the blending sponge. So this is what it looks like whenever it is damp. It expanded a ton and it's super bouncy and fluffy and soft, and it really feels nice, and I love how big it got, so it's definitely going to get big sections of your face. So for the foundation that I'm using, let me grab it. I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Stay Outlast Stay Fabulous. This is my everyday foundation, and I usually apply it with my flat top brush, but like I said, review on this, so I'm going to apply it with the Precision Blending Sponge. I have used it with the Beauty Blender, and it applies really nicely, so hopefully it applies as flawless with the fake Beauty Blender as it does with the original Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to apply my primer and then start with the foundation. I'm going to do a pump of this on my hand. One pump, and then I'm just going to dip the bigger side of the beauty blender into the foundation and start stippling it on my face.
Every single day, I'ma do my thing, I'ma do my thing, so don't you worry about me, I'ma be okay, I'ma do my thing, 'cause I'ma do my thing, and I'ma do my thing, and
So this is the first layer, and I am aware that my foundation is way lighter than my skin. I know, it's pretty bad, and it's looking even worse on camera. It's really not that bad, but it looks really bad on camera, so just ignore that. I do use a darker powder to make my face look a little bit darker to match my body, but the first layer applied really nicely, super smooth. It applied, I feel, the same as the Beauty Blender. This was a little bit more softer on my skin. I feel like it was just super fluffy. You barely even have to pat to touch your skin, so that's super nice. So I'm going to start on the second layer and then see how the coverage is. So this is the second layer, and I love how it turned out. I am so impressed with this. It was only $4.99 like I said, and it just expanded so nicely. Barely any color got on the bottom, which I know is going to get dirty as I use it more. But I am so impressed with it, to be completely honest. I really didn't think it was going to do as good as a Beauty Blender, but I feel like it did the exact same thing as a Beauty Blender. It was super soft on my skin. It was bouncy. You didn't really have to like pound into your skin to get the foundation on. You barely had to tap. Bounce up and down on your face, and it was super bouncy. It applied super flawless, and I am just really impressed with it. So this is definitely a huge hit, so I would highly recommend going and getting this over the Beauty Blender. If I would have known that would have worked as well as the Beauty Blender, I would not spend the money on a Beauty Blender. So I'm definitely going to start purchasing the cheaper version over the expensive one, because it's like $50 cheaper and it saves you so much money, and it's so soft on your skin, and it honestly works the same as a Beauty Blender, maybe even a little better than a Beauty Blender. I really enjoy it. I think it's amazing. So I'm going to finish out the rest of my face routine on camera, and I'm going to just use the Beauty Blender to finish out with the concealer and the rest of my face.
do my thing.
the entire look. I am very, very impressed. I am definitely going to continue using this. I feel like it's really nice. It applied my foundation great, and my face looks really flawless and no streaks, nothing. It looked really good, so this is definitely a hit, and I recommend it to anyone who wanted to try out the Beauty Blender but just doesn't want to spend the money on it, because it definitely is very expensive, but I felt like it was worth it for a while. But now since I found this one, I feel like this one is definitely more worth it than spending the money on the Beauty Blender, so I recommend going and picking one of these up. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys later, and yeah, love you guys. Bye!
Alarms go off when I enter the building.